Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at Jeremiah 2, and I find this passage to be extremely practical for today's world. Jeremiah and God are talking about what is to come with Israel, the chosen people, the people of Judah, and God's coming destruction of it. So we're gonna pick up in verse 13, and then we're gonna pick up in verse 28 and 29. So as we read, "For my people have done two things. They have abandoned me, the fountain of living water, and they have dug for themselves cracked cisterns that can hold no water at all." And then we skip to verse 29 when God talks about where you're going to run when these things happen. God says, "But why not call on these gods you have made? When trouble comes, let them save you if they can. For you have as many gods as there are towns in Judah. Why do you accuse me of doing wrong? You are the ones who have rebelled, says the Lord." So what God's saying is, you've done two things. You've abandoned me. One, that you probably shouldn't abandon God. And two, you've replaced God. So not only have you turned your back on him, but you've chased after other things. And are we doing that today? Let's take a look. As COVID hits, as the world shuts down, as everything we knew came to a screeching halt, did you still have security in who you were and who God created you to be, your individuality, your person? Or when your work went away, did you lose your security? When you could stop seeing people and going out, did you lose who you are as a person? When you couldn't do the things that you normally do, did you lose your identity? Are you chasing after things that aren't God? Are you chasing after things that are cracked, that won't hold water? So are you leaving? Are we, I'm not pointing out you, but are we chasing things that aren't God? Are we putting our water, our lives, our souls into things that can't even hold them? Or are we going to choose God, the cistern that has living water? And as it goes on, when these things happen, when these breakups, these halts, these situations that we get in, when these happen, where do we go? When COVID hit, could you go to your job and be like, you know what? This is the kind of person I am. I'm going to go to my job no matter what. Or did you lose that sense of security because it was taken away? When you couldn't go out, did you run to bars and say, I need you, I'm not who I am without you? Did you have that grounded security in God? When the things of this world were stripped away, did you still have your foundation as a person in God? Were you still the same person at the beginning of COVID as you were before? Did that disruption of no work, no going out, no hanging out with people, did that cause you to lose your self-identity? Did that cause you to lose confidence in the person that God made you to be? So when these things happen, where are we going to run? Are we going to put our faith in cracked cisterns, or are we going to keep our faith with God? Because when these things happen, as we've all seen the past 3 to 4 months, worldly things can be taken away. There's nothing we can do to stop it. Your job, we realize, is temporary. I realize it's temporary. Hanging out with people, you can only do that as much as other people want to hang out with you. And going out, doing the things you wanted to do, well, when they're not available, are you the same person? Are you putting your soul, your water, in a cracked cistern? Or are you putting your soul and your water with the cistern of God, with living water? So as we go through this next week, I want us to think about that. I want to think about that, because what am I putting my soul into? When these things come, when trouble comes, am I putting my trust in job? Am I putting my trust in popularity and friends? Do I have my trust in God? Because that will never go away. So as we go through this week, let's put our faith in God and not the idols we create. I love you guys. Have a great week.